And welcome to a local talk here on Next Door Radio, nextdoorradio.com, the Next Door Radio app. My name is Trey Snide. Give us a call, 919-618-9258. If you missed any of our programs, of our local programs, you can head over to our website at nextdoorradio.com. Go on to the podcast local talk section. Everything we've ever done is sitting right there. Today is Friday, which means Behavior 911 with Clove Hitch Behavior and Kellie Syfan. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. This is part of our show. We like to do our 30-second infomercial on who you are and what you do. And so take it away.
Absolutely. So I'm Syfan. I'm the owner of Clove Hitch. My big focus is on helping change behavior while protecting the spirit. I have a farm location where I work with most of my kids and families. I also have some virtual services available and professional consultation.
Fantastic. Like you mentioned, you are fully on the farm now, which I
Yes.
know you're excited about
Oh,
that.
it's wonderful.
What is the best contact once more?
Best contact's going to be 919-579-6192.
There you go. All right. Today, obviously, we are starting. The summer has been here. It's been extremely hot. We're talking about index of 114, and I've even had a 116 on the index this past couple weeks ago. So we're hot. So one of those things we like to do, and one of our great sponsors we go all the time, is the going to the pool.
Yes.
Right? So the transition from getting to the pool, having a great time for hours. We spend there a lot of times. I DJ and little man just goes swimming, and but we spend hours and hours there having a great time playing in the pool, going down the slide or whatever it is. Then you have to pack up and go. So let's kind of talk about that transition from, all right, we're going to have a great time. All right, now we've had this great time, and now it's time to go home.
Sure. So we've got a couple different setting events as well as a trigger here. So we've got setting events are those things that sort of sit over everything. And while we've had a wonderful day outside, we've probably been sun. So we may have some sunburn or sun exposure. We may be dehydrated. We're probably tired. We've got all these things sitting over, changing the mood of the situation. And then you add the trigger of, and now the fun times have to stop. That can be really, really tough. Now, a couple of things that we can do to ease that would be to have an in-between plan. So, hey, after we leave here, on the way home, we're going to do blank, and then we'll be home. So that could be go through a drive-through. That could be get ice cream. That could be wave at the park. It can be a number of different things depending on the family, what's going to work best for you. Also, having transition items can be really helpful. Hey, it's time to go. Let's go ahead and collect that stuffed animal that wasn't allowed to go in the pool. May have been disappointing that it wasn't able to, but now it's available because we're getting back in the car. You can use a couple of those items to create that sense of security from one place to the next and take it out of that big change is going to be really tough mindset.
Kellie Syfan joins us here for our Behavior 911 with Clove Hitch Behavior. And so, again, that's a hard conversation, especially we don't want to go home and kind of deal with any of that. Should you say, it sounds terrible word, probably use a better word, but nonsense. And so it's just, it gets frustrating, gets tiring. I said, look, we told you before we got here that we have to go at some point. And so that conversation, though, what leading up to that transition, what should you kind of start looking out for, and what should you start saying to the child to prepare them to leave?
Certainly. So some kids are going to like a timer. Hey, we've got 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Some kiddos, the best thing to do is actually plan when everything closes to be when you leave. So we're not going to arrive. We plan to stay for 2 hours. We're not going to arrive to the end of the day because everybody needs to have that FOMO, that fear of missing out. Somebody else is staying in the pool and I have to go. That's going to make it really tough. We can plan ahead on that part. Hey, when we hear the whistles, everyone is getting out of the pool together. Thinking about what's going to help your child in those moments, planning ahead on that. Some other things that we want to bring into the picture are validating those feelings, but still holding our boundary. Yeah, it does really, really suck when we have to get out of the pool. I wish we could stay here all day too. I think we can find something fun in this. So as the adult, we might go through and create sort of a silly situation from it. Man, if I could stay in the pool all night, I think I'd man, if we could stay for another 3 hours, because often kids will say, no, 20 more minutes, 35 more minutes. Man, if we stayed in for another 35 more minutes, do you think we'd all be mermaids by the end of it? I gotta get you out of there before you become a mermaid. You can start having some fun with those transitions to try to take the tension out of the power struggle of you have to follow this immediately. Now, of course, if there's safety, you have to follow the direction immediately. But if we've got the time to play with it, first of all, it takes our stress down as the adults. And second, it eases that transition too, with the ultimate goal of when something difficult comes up, a kiddo can go, man, I really wish we could stay at the pool. I'm sad we have to go. If I could stay, I would be a mermaid with blue hair. And then we're transitioning out in a really happy way. So getting that pattern of I can use my imagination, I can use my skills to regulate through these moments rather than I just have to comply.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never even thought about that. So that's perfect. Kellie Syfan joins us here from Clovefitch Behavior. This is Behavior. Want more information about what Miss Kellie does? chbehavior.com. Again, that's chbehavior.com. You got the about section. You can schedule it, the resources, everything, even listen back to some of our stuff here by way of the media tab. And so let's now do the transition over from actual going to the pool or the beach or lake, and then taking the child to the farm, right?
Sure.
Talk about using everything that you just said and all the transition items and things like can you do while you're on the farm at your place to be able to help with that?
Definitely. So similar to the pool, the farm is a really fun place and often kids don't want to leave. So what we'll start with at the very beginning is coming in with a yes, then. So often people say first this, then that. First put on your shoes, then we can go outside. And sometimes kids get so stuck in the I'm not outside yet. Why are you making me do something? I don't believe you. We're not actually going outside. I'm having a, it turns into this giant meltdown. Switch those. Absolutely, we can go outside. Let's get your shoes on. We're going. Yes, 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 yes. P.S. We got to do this real quick. We practice that along the farm. Absolutely, we can pet that duck. That duck showed you that they were nervous because they walked away. Let's pet that duck. Let's get them some food. Absolutely, yes. Here's what we got to complete first. And by switching those, we can change the mood. And also, I know I'm getting the answer that I want. And this little thing has to happen first. I'm sure you've seen it before where you go, I'm trying to give this to you. I'm trying to say yes. We just have to do this little thing. Again, at the pool, at the farm, anywhere. We can get stuck on that little thing and completely lose that we've just been told yes.
I've had that conversation. That's funny.
I can see it in your face.
That's funny. Kellie Syfan joins us here by way of our local talk program. This Behavior 911 here every single Friday. So good to have you back in the studio. It's every Friday at 10 o'clock. All right, let's kind of get away from the teaching moment real quick. This is part of the show where we like to do a little bit personal stuff. What is your favorite kind of success story that you've seen that you're allowed, of course, to kind of talk about?
Sure. So when we're talking about pools and transitions and all those things, and of course, as you know, I'm regulated by HIPAA, so I'm going to take very factual things and mix them together so that no particular client is pointed out in this. I've had a number of families come to me and go, man, I'd really like to take a vacation, but I can't even take my son or daughter out to dinner. I can't imagine leaving them with a babysitter. I can't imagine being able to do that and having it go well, not getting a panicked call from my mother-in-law halfway through dinner saying, you have to come back. I don't know what to do. And when I get those cases and we go from, I'm not even sure we could go to the grocery store out to dinner on a date, and then they do go on that dream vacation. They do go to Disneyland for a week. They do go to the lake and stay at a cabin. They do go to the beach and they have a good time. How cool is that? Yeah, and that is going from surviving to making memories, and you can't ask for more than that.
At first, in that conversation, I thought you were talking about having sleepovers with the animals, and said you might want to sign us up for that. But then you clearly did not go there, so I got excited for a second. Again, Miss Kellie Syfan joins us here by way of our local talk program, Behavior 911. What is the best place, once again, to be able to get a hold of you, to give you your contact information, social, of course, your website, chbehavior.com for more information about that. But what is the best place to get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So chbehavior.com, as you said, you can click any of those free discovery call buttons, the get in contact buttons. We'll schedule 30 minutes free just to talk everything out, or you can just give me a call, 919-579-6192.
You're the best. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Again, Miss Kellie Syfan with Clovefitch Behavior joins us here every single Friday beginning at 10 a.m. here on Nextdoor Radio, nextdoorradio.com, and the Nextdoor Radio app. We'll see you later.